Welcome back to some of the best stories from r/TalesFromTechSupport. I hope you had a great day. Thanks for all the likes and comments on the last video. And now let's take a look at the first story. It's called "I'll Just Take It for the Weekend." The phone rings. It's an employee from our long-term client. "Hey, it is okay if I take the shared drive home, so I can work from home today and over the weekend, right?" The shared drive is a nice big Dell Tower server with 3 virtual machines, mail server, databases and the like. Of course not. What the heck are you thinking? I have to have some reports finished by Monday. I can't get anything done here. People keep interrupting me, so I need to work this weekend. But I can't come in, so I'm taking the shared drive home. Okay? It won't cause any problems, right? It is not okay. It will cause all kinds of problems. Don't disconnect anything, please. You always make such a big deal out of us doing IT stuff on our own. It's no big deal. No one here works on the weekend. And the rest of my group is out today. Just relax, I already have it in my car. I'll bring it back on Monday. I immediately try to remote into the server. It's offline. What the heck? You already put the server in your car? My mobile phone starts ringing. The owner of the client is calling me from his mobile on my mobile. So I told the employee, "Hold on for a second. Your boss is calling on another line. Our email is down. Everything is down. We can't get to the internet." What the heck? That thing is nearly new. It shouldn't be down. I'm on the phone with one of your employees. She has the server in her car and is about to take it home so she can work from there over the weekend. I'm telling her not. The owner had some choice words and hung up. I switch back to my landline and tell the employee, "Your boss wants to talk to you right now." Yeah, I think I hear him coming down the hall. I'll have to drive back Monday. And with that, she also hung up. Let's go to a few hours later. I'm back from the client side. Things were pretty messy. The virtual machine that's the domain controller and does file and print was fine. The Exchange server operating system was fine, but I had to clean up the Exchange database. And the SQL server I had to recover by restoring the system image from last night. And there was a 4th virtual machine that I'd pretty much forgotten about. That is just a domain controller. I only set it up because I had a 4th server license available. It was fine as well. The staff member apologized profusely. Kind of annoying after a while. And for reference, there is no server room. The server sits under the IT desk at the far end of a room full of cubicles. The next story is called License Audit. Lately, I spend a lot of my time auditing license usage. Essentially, I review our internal logs and look for users who haven't used an application in a long time, or perhaps have never used it. Then I ping the relevant users to confirm. You don't need this anymore, right? Most of the time, folks agree that I can take the license for someone else to use. Their role changed or their team switched to a different app, etc. Sometimes they explain that the usage is seasonal and they typically only need it at the end of the quarter, but they always do need it. That's the pattern. We exchange a few sentences and I move on. Occasionally, I run across a user who adopts a different approach. A chat I had today with a user encapsulates how the different approach normally plays out. I'm writing to you about your usage of this app. We have relatively few licenses and I've been asked to do a review. You were assigned a license back in October of last year. I see you've been using the app consistently. Are you using it to create new content or just to view the content that others have created? I do both. I use it to create new content and to view content. May I ask what content you are creating? I check the logs and I don't document you creating anything. Well, I'm new to my role. I've been viewing up to this point, but I will create new content going forward. I'll move you to a free restricted license. You'll be able to view content that way. Your experience won't change. Once you do need to start creating content, please submit another ticket and we'll follow the process. I'll have my manager contact you. The next person I pinged said that they use the license every day. I pointed out that the log said they hadn't logged in for almost 2 months. They responded that they had been temporarily reassigned, and once they get back to their old team, they'll go back to using the app daily again. Same exchange. I explain I'm taking it back, and they complain. This job would be so much easier if users were honest. The last story is called Made Them Feel Dumb. I'm pretty high up in my organization. I only really answer to the president of the company. Everything has been going well, and recently we had to sit down to talk about job performance. I don't do a lot of tech support. My main duties focus on management of the department and project management. I do some support though. I handle harder problems, and I also step in when my department is low on manpower. Turns out he had a complaint that my answers on tickets make the person who issued the ticket feel dumb. I'm surprised because I only ever put technical things on the ticket. I say exactly what I did and how I fixed the problem. There is no commentary, just straight facts. So I asked for examples. He, of course, didn't have any. So I told him I would improve if I knew what it was that was making them think that. He went back to the complainer and asked for examples. He came back to me and told me to forget about the complaint. I asked him why, and he said that the tickets they provided were not what he expected. He expected to see me saying things like, "You should know this," or "How can you get this far in the business and not know?" Stuff like that. Instead, what he got was tickets like this. "I can't find Outlook on this computer. It needs to be installed, or I can't do my job." Ticket solved comment, typed Outlook in search and found it. Pinned it to the taskbar to be found easier. I wrote out exactly what I did, and the person felt the answer made them feel dumb. Or this gem. Accounting program won't submit. Ticket solved comment, read error message. It was just a warning that the GL hadn't been used in a while, and then hit OK. The program submitted correctly. They were looking at an error message, which really wasn't even an error message, and wasn't reading it. It was just a safeguard in the system if something unusual happened. But the winner was this one. Computer won't turn on. I am completely down. Ticket solved comment, computer monitor was off. Turned on the monitor, and everything was good. They thought the computer wouldn't turn on, because they moved their mouse and nothing happened. I just turned on the monitor. I feel like they were feeling dumb, because I didn't do anything they shouldn't have been able to do. Thanks for watching the video to the end. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. And if you have time, watch another one of my videos. Also, if you want to support me further, check out the channel membership or Patreon. And now I hope you have a great day. See you soon. Bye bye.